everyone, this is Sarah and welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit of a tarot experience, and basically I'm just going to be showing you my teenage deck or my inner teenager deck, and I'm going to be telling you a little bit about it and how sassy it can be, and how I still love it. Anyway, yeah. This is going to be the topic of today's video. So get comfortable and let's get into the video, yay! So, the deck in question is the Gothic Tarot by Joseph Vargo. Now, I have it in this tarot bag. Why? Because the deck originally comes in a tag box, and I mentioned in my Thought Tarot video, I believe, that thought boxes are... I'm sorry. I just saw my cat. He's like lying on the bed and just like looking straight at the wall. Cats. So where was I? Yeah, basically this deck originally comes in a tag box. I have it somewhere here, but I don't know where exactly. And I chose to store it in this bag because I don't particularly like tag boxes, because I feel that tag boxes are just like, they're so easily damaged, you know, like yeah, I'm just looking at my Thought Tarot. I have that one on in the tag box because I ordered the bag, but it hasn't arrived just yet. And that box looks like I had the deck for years. I had it for like a month, so yeah. That was a long ramble about the box, but yeah. Anyway, I store it in this bag now. The deck is beautiful. It's very like vampire themed, ghost themed as well. These are the backs. Also, this is not really going to be a video like about this deck as such. I'm just quickly going to show it to you. Okay. Also, this deck is like super easily available. In case you're interested in that, you can find it pretty easily. So just saying. Okay, just saying. In case anyone asks. So. And I edged it in this like red color. Is it focusing? I don't even know. Because I changed the setting in the camera and now apparently it keeps focusing on my eye. Okay. Thank you, camera, but deck. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, I edged it. It was like super scary thing to do because as I mentioned in a couple of my videos, I'm like such a perfectionist, and I was so scared that it would go wrong, but it didn't, almost. Like yeah, there is a little something I did to it when edging, but I'm not going to tell you what. But anyway, I still love the deck. Okay, enough of the ramble about like the deck, and let me tell you what this deck did to me lately. I mean, not what it did to me, but let me just give you a little bit of context of why I'm actually making this video. Okay, so sorry about the little frame change, but my camera died. So basically what I want to tell you about is that, you know, as I mentioned, I believe in a couple of videos, I'm a very emotional person, right? Which means I am also a very dramatic person. Like, I live things incredibly intensely, right? And I struggle with some things, okay? But yeah, I'm not gonna be too dramatic about it in this video. I'm gonna say like this, okay? Like very like lightheartedly. I never know how to say that, but you know what I mean. And the reason why I'm saying that in this video basically is because usually when I have these, like, you know, kind of like these, I don't know what to call them, like episodes of like sudden sadness, anxiety, stuff like that. Sometimes I tend to pick a deck for a comfort, I guess. I seek comforting messages. And sometimes they do provide those comforting messages, you know, my decks. And sometimes not quite. And okay, where I'm going with this. So the other day I was having this moment, right? And I really felt like it was really like my inner teenager acting up. I don't know if you work with like your inner parts of yourself or something, but if you do, you will know what I mean by like the inner teenager. So basically it's kind of like that part of you that is like, well, what the name suggests, like your inner teenager is like your teenage self that still kind of lives on in you. Like I feel like that's like one of the most prominent parts of myself, my personality. So yeah, hence why I also have the teenage deck, the inner teenager deck. I basically use this deck when I want to like connect with my inner teenager and when I want to know what the hell she wants and how should I like resolve whatever she's seeking. So I know it sounds a little bit weird when you don't work with like parts, but it's actually a very healing practice, and it makes a lot of sense when you actually work with that, you know. So basically I was having that moment, you know, I was like not okay, and I picked up this deck because I was like, okay, this is my inner teen acting up. So I shuffled the deck. I didn't really ask like a particular question. I was just like, okay, what does my inner teen need to know right now? Like what do I need to know when it comes to like this whole like cloud, I mean, or whatever. And I shuffled the deck, and I'm just gonna put the deck aside, and I shuffled the deck and I draw 3 cards. Okay, the very first card I draw 3 of Swords. I'm sorry about like the glare, cards are a little bit shiny. 3 of Swords. Very traditional depiction of 3 of Swords, very Rider-Waite-Smith depiction of 3 of Swords, and suggesting, like, very suggesting of heartbreak. And I was like, okay, this is kind of like the deck laughing at me, because as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, there is the reason why I mentioned that I'm a very emotional person who tends to be rather dramatic. I also tend to kind of like break my own heart a lot, very often. And this was literally the deck saying like, you are doing that again, you know, like you overthink things to the point that you cause yourself heartbreak. And I'm especially saying, oh, you overthink things, because let's not forget that this is still the Sword card, which is the mind kind of area, right? Thoughts, everything related to your mind, to your intellect, things happening in your head. So I tend to read this card like that, like basically some sort of a mental thing, hurting yourself emotionally eventually, and trying to like get to the cause of that, basically. A part of other things. Obviously this card means so many things depending on context, but I'm just giving you this example of like my context. So I was like, okay, I get it, okay. So you're telling me that I'm doing this, fine. And I was like, let me draw one more card, because yeah, just give me more info, okay. I quickly changed the setting of my camera to see whether it stops doing what she was doing. So I drew one more card, okay. I was like, okay, just give me a little bit more info, right? And my lovely inner teenager deck gave me this card. Yeah, the death card. Now, obviously we know that the death card in tarot is not really about like an actual death. It's more like something like a transformation, right? And how I particularly see the death card, I see it as a sort of like a painful, uncomfortable reminder of a very necessary change. So again, I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I'm breaking my own heart here, and I should probably change some things that I mean, for the record, I'm not really going to be going into details here, you know the jazz. So I'm going to be speaking quite vaguely about this, but okay, I'm breaking my own heart here, and I know I need to change certain things to prevent myself from doing that and just suffering because of that. And that change is uncomfortable, because that change is something that you first of all, you need to acknowledge that you have to change something, and that's not easy, you know, that's not easy, especially when it comes to my inner teenager, for example, because you'll see teenagers are usually incredibly stubborn, right? They are like stubborn. At least I was. And also like they tend to be very rebellious. At least I was, still am. So this was really like this reminder, like I know you don't want to, not like you don't want to change certain things, but changing certain things about yourself is hard and it's uncomfortable, and you have to kind of like, how can I put it? You kind of have to get rid of certain parts of your ego, something like that, in order to actually like do the change that is necessary in order for you to like move on or whatever. Again, I'm so sorry about speaking so vaguely about it, but maybe someday I'm gonna be more comfortable sharing details about my life. Not right now, but you got the message. So yeah, painful reminder of a necessary change. I was like, okay, fine. Okay, let me just get one more card. And now I'm laughing. I'm laughing at this point. I mean, I literally laughed. I was in such a low point, but as I was pulling those cards, it was like, really? I wanted comfort and you do this to me? Okay. My lovely deck gave me the Devil. Yay! Now I laughed because why? If you saw my Devil's Got Your Back video, which I'm going to link somewhere up here, you know what my relationship with the Devil card is, and I told you that the Devil usually shows up when I'm in some shitty place, just about to do something stupid, and it was the moment. And I was like, of course I had to pull the third card, and of course it had to be the Devil. Now, if you look at all of these cards together, it's quite a combo now, isn't it? It's like, seriously, you want a certain comfort from your inner teenager deck, and it gives you this. But you know what? I literally laughed because this is literally like this is my inner teenager. This is the medicine that my inner teenager needs. Okay, it's literally it. What I mean, it was literally like, what did I even expect from this deck? I mean, I chose this deck for on purpose. I chose it precisely because of that. I need to know how to get out of that situation, and it gave me the answer. But it was one of those moments when you get the answer from the deck, and you're like, yeah, I already knew that, but I still needed to hear that. But I still kind of laughed because it wasn't really, you know, I didn't get like the Sun card or whatever, or something like comforting. I didn't get the Ace of Cups, like just feel your emotions. No, I literally got like, you are doing this to yourself. You have to change whatever, well, the thing that you're doing to yourself. And hey, what the hell are you even doing? We have been there already, and don't go there. Okay, I literally just got that, but in this really straightforward way. And the reason why I wanted to like share this basically in this video is because I think it's so interesting how certain decks and their personalities, like, you know, how they read in different ways, and how sometimes you are seeking some sort of comfort and you get well, not comfort, you get what you need, not what you want necessarily. But still, it's like tarot is such a magical thing now, isn't it? And I just really wanted to share that because it really, like, okay, the outcome of that all was that I didn't feel like better, but I laughed. That was something, okay, because that day I wasn't really able to not even smile. So yeah, it kind of gave me a certain comfort, but it was just like not in a way that I expected. And you know, if I didn't know this deck, and if I didn't know that, okay, I'm working with my inner teen, like maybe I just imagine like someone being in a bad place and pulling these tarot cards. Like I imagine that someone might be like upset because those cards are okay. Traditionally, these cards are not considered positive in any way. Now, again, disclaimer: there is no such a thing as positive and negative tarot card, But yeah, usually when people get like Three of Swords, the Death, and the Devil, like you know what? I'm just gonna tell you what a traditional tarot reader would probably read here. Okay, so we've got the heartbreak, the sorrow, sacrifice. Even they would say, you know, it's literally like going through this really dark place, feeling maybe even like depressed, stuff like that. When joined with the Death, maybe a traditional reader would say something like, well, regarding to that, like there are probably some things you need to end, like you need to end cycles, you need to, you know, go through this. Again, I said, to me it's a painful reminder of necessary change. I kind of like love that. Not like I love that, but I just love that I have like the phrase for the Death card. But yeah, people tend to be like, they tend to go more into like the shadow of death, you know, and the darkness of death. I'm trying to see her, well, I refer to death as her because I work with La Santa Muerte, which is a topic for another video, but that one is coming as well. But I try to see her as something more, yeah, uncomfortable, but something that can uplift you in a way, you know. But again, topic for another video. And then the Devil, again, as I mentioned in my other video about the Devil, people used to read this one as like toxic behavior, obsession, being restricted, being like stripped out of your power. I'm sorry if that's not the way how you say it, but being powerless. So you see, I can see how a person being in this really low state would get these cards and be like freaking out. Yeah, and I'm so sorry for people who read tarot in traditional way. But yeah, I kind of invite you to try to think about it in a different way, again, as I mentioned in my other video. But yeah, since I know that this is my inner teenager deck, and since I know my inner teenager, and since I know, I'm aware about some things, right, about me, about my life, about, you know, things I have to change, things I'm prone to do, etc. It wasn't so harsh for me to read those cards, and in fact, again, as I said, I kind of laughed and I even felt better, and it was kind of funny. So yeah, basically, the moral of the story, well, get to know your decks and don't take more of negative cards also seriously. Try to see how they can like teach you something and maybe like make you better anyway, even though they are not like the best cards. Even though you do know I do love the Devil, right? I do love the Devil. I mean, again, he just came straight up at me like, hey, stop. So yeah, I do love the Devil. Okay. But I have a whole video about the Devil. Okay, go and watch it if you haven't. So, I think I'm gonna just leave it here right now because the light is going away. I don't even know how this is going to be. I look like a vampire, I can tell. I don't look like this in real life, by the way. This is just the light. Okay, I'm not that ghostly. Okay, so, just saying. Anyway, so Gothic Tarot, my beautiful inner teenager deck. Yeah, so that would be it from me for today. If you want to hang out with me a little longer, I invite you to watch other videos available on my channel. Also subscribe if you like, it would make me really, really happy. And I hope you're having a lovely day, I hope you're staying kind, and I'll see you in the next video.